All right, we're here checking out the trailer setup. Lots of growth. We got something familiar in the background here.
Yep.
And then we got some trailers, some more trailers here. All right, so take us through.
All right, so yeah, when we started off, we had a 5x10 single axle from Lowe's, I think, $1,000, whatever it costs. Great trailer to start off with. When you start to upgrade, you start with whatever you can, right? When you start to upgrade, you start realizing the problem with the single axle is not the volume. You can build walls high. It's the weight. You can't put that much mulch in a single axle trailer. It just weighs it down. You start rubbing the wheel wells. As we started growing, we started getting these open. We'll start with the open trailers here first. So we started getting these open trailers. I think this is our first one or second one. Is pretty straightforward. The only issues we really had on these is the gate. So this mesh has started, it pops out, which can be a problem. So we have, we welded some angle iron and stuff just to kind of reinforce it. But besides that, we built out the walls. The walls have really done well for us. You can see they kind of get a little bowed with the mulch season, but they work well to extra privacy. So when they're mowing, and it also gives us the ability to put all these racks on here, and it's just nice and secure. So we, again, utilize the equipment defender racks because of the combinations. Pretty much everything has a combination locks. We're going to get lunch, whatever else we can, lock them up. We're not perfect. You can see we've had a little wear and tear, but every winter we're gonna restain this, just make it look a little bit more professional. Gives the guys something to do in the wintertime, and then we try to paint any of the fenders, just spray paint some of that stuff. Traditionally on a mow crew, we carry 2 blowers, 3 weed eaters, something a little different. We do is we pre-cut string. You can see it, you can buy pre-cut rolls. I mean, it starts adding up. This gives your guys something to do when you start getting to a point where you have guys and they're standing around. There should always be 3 extra, string. So that way when you're about to mow, grab this, it's already cut, you put it in your back pocket, it's ready to go. Go around the front, all of our trailers have spare tires. When you're getting into trailers, you got 4 tires on each one, you can see. So we need to have those spares because you can't be down. Well, how we handle it is we don't try to patch on site. It's not worth it. It's a 50% risk. If you hit a sidewall, or if it's too big of a puncture and you can't plug it, whatever else, you just wasted all that time. No, you just take it off, put on a new one, and then we'll deal with patching it when we can. We've got a 5-gallon gas can rack, and then a 2.5 gallon. That's your mixed fuel and your straight fuel. All your stuff should be filled up in the morning. Before you take off from the shop, every mower's full, every weed eater's full, every blower's full. That way when you get to those properties, there's no when you're at the property, you're making the money. Water cooler rack, sprayer rack, and then we've got a little tube for the sprayer nozzle to go in. And then we've got a ladder rack here where we put just a 6-foot ladder to just in case we need it. And then we have a cone caddy. At one point we had someone drive up on one of our trailers that just nicked it, but they didn't see us. The ramp was down and they nicked it and they swerved away, but it's dangerous out there, guys. You should always have cones with you. You just never know where you are. We don't put them out on every property. I'll be the first to admit, when we're in residential neighborhoods, when you're on a little busier street, you want those cones. It's just a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the racks go, it's pretty similar for the other 2 setups. This is really a backup trailer now, which is nice to have a backup trailer, trust me. But we use this, if a mow truck goes down, our trailer goes down for whatever reason, we're able to have this out. And then also during mulching season, we can really multiply. We got a dump trailer and then 2 open trailers. We can really knock out some mulchings. And then sometimes the special projects crew don't, aeration time. They can't use the dump trailer. I guess you could, but we take this for the aerations. Dump trailer is a little different. A couple things we did on here. We don't have as many racks, which really I don't like. I wish we had more racks, but Ryan, my operations manager, came up with this tarping system. We got this tarp, awesome, it's great, but we always saw the dump trucks that had the big bar that goes around.
Yeah.
So he basically made one out of PVC. It works amazing. It changes the dumping to having 2 people. We used to just have to tarp it like anybody else.
Yeah.
Bungee it down. This has been great. But that going back and forth, it doesn't let you have a lot of racks. Yeah. So we just have a blower rack, and then I think that might be it on that. Fire extinguisher, you'll see that on all of our trailers. It's important to have, guys. Just, you never know. hot engines, dry grass, just always be safe. Here, we had this custom done for us. We had this welded on, and then we painted it and all that stuff, but for the leaf vac. So it gives you, it's a little bit of a knuckle buster, but it's perfect height. We take all these walls off in the end of October, and then we put on our leaf vacuum, which this is 2 feet tall. We go up to 4 feet tall, and then we have it's enclosed basically in the leaf removal season. Water cooler rack, some bungees right there, and then the biggest one is this guy. Has just been amazing. I always heard about people's batteries being dead and all that stuff. Simple solar panel right here. Put a little plywood, a little shelf. Never, knock on wood, never had an issue. 2 years now, always charged, never had a problem. Only thing we've had is dump capacity. We put too much mulch in at one time, and
just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
That's interesting.
And then we made it so you can unhook it right here. So that's the kicker, is when you're dumping, make sure you unhook.
Oh yeah.
And so that way, when you unhook, you just pop it right here, and then it won't rip on it.
Gotcha.
But besides that,
nice.
Pretty straightforward.
That's pretty amazing. You have a knack for, like, you guys are really creative and thinking outside the box, or utilizing like cutting edge type stuff, whether it's someone else has done it but you saw it and was like, wow, that's really good, let's use it, or you just figured it out on your own. So it's all about efficiency, man. It's
efficiency, and then also simplicity. At least that's the way we try to do it, to where it's like, okay, things are the same. I don't like to try a lot of new things without really looking into it first. We like our racks, we like how they work. Everything has a place. We know if we need bungees, we know they're hanging up on the side of the trailer, right? We know, okay, the lock for the trailer, the wheel chocks, they go in the bed of the truck, in the left side. Everything has a place, which makes it easy to when you start getting into new things.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's scalable too. That way. Yeah.
But again, the dump trailer, you can listen to the podcast or whatever we've talked about. That was a game changer.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. It's an investment, but worth every penny. Now I'm at that point when we grow next is, do we get another dump trailer, or do we go to a dump truck?
Yeah, probably get a dump truck.
Someone reach out to me, let me know what y'all think.
Pros and cons to everything, but you already have a dump trailer, so get a dump truck. Then you have a variety, because what a lot of guys, local guys, do is then you can hook your dump trailer to your dump truck.
Sure,
now you have twice the capacity in one rig.
Well, this will be for the second special projects crew.
Yeah, I got
mulching crew. So,
but when you have a really big project, you can double duty 100%,
right there. 100%. So. Especially in the wintertime when you're running a little bit more mega crews.
Yeah, more skeleton crew, and you can just all get in one truck and one dump trailer and just go for it.
Again, look at these trailers. We got four tires. We have inspections on them. We have bearings to grease, all types of stuff. And then we have a truck to pull it, which has all that stuff plus more.
Yeah.
We, at least for our setup, we do a lot of smaller properties, in and outs. Our biggest mower is a 52 inch, but there's a reason why we have so many 36 inches and we have so many push mowers, because our niche, just where we realized a lot of people stop showing up is because they're tight access. We are too. I don't know which trailer it was. It sideswiped a minivan a couple years ago because you have these tight streets. And you introduced me to the ramp rack. So we started off with one, I think last year was the first year. Do you remember?
Yeah, something like that.
So
it was last year, yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
Drove up to Maryland.
After you drove to one of my neighborhoods to check out my setup.
Check it out, exactly.
Which is in the background if you guys see right there.
But really liked the concept, right? Didn't fully appreciate the functionality of it, but really like the idea of, okay, we're getting rid of a trailer. But when you get rid of a trailer, you get rid of the truck bed, because all the stuff that's in the trailer goes into the truck bed. So I wanted to see, okay, can I utilize all of my preparedness, if you will, and try to be organized. I'm not perfect, but with the ramp rack, and I think we've pulled it off. At least it works for us. So we run a 36 inch and two push mowers, two 22 inch, just residential push mowers, nothing special. And then we kind of have a skeleton setup as far as what we bring. We only bring one blower. That's a downside. I'm thinking about maybe looking into putting in a second blower rack. But the downside is we like to have one side kind of accessible. So when you can reach into the truck bed, throw, just, hey, how much gas you have? You don't need to, it's not fully tight, especially that 36 inch. But this side is really well organized. We've got blower rack, 5-gallon gas can, 2.5 gallon. This is not good. This is very high up there, but you can easily access it from inside the truck bed. I'm 6 foot, so it's not bad for me for the bottom one, but it's a little bit of a stretch, you know?
Man, it's hard to get my top one, and mine goes down below.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if that's how the other one is set up. We'll have to go look. But it's just a little taller. And the reason we had to do that was because this is a 6.5 foot bed versus our other one's an 8 foot bed.
Gotcha.
So we just didn't have as much room
to spread it all out.
This was our problem. The blower's right here, and then the engine. Yeah. But anyways, weed eater string. Again, we like our just quick grab weed eater strings, and then we have 3 of these guys. One thing I learned, I used to see a lot of guys with the big PVC pipes. We tried that out for maybe a week, and then I was like, no. So you just cut a big hole, and then you just drill through and get it in there. Locks, again, any kind of locks. I can't remember what that goes to, probably one of these gas can racks, but we do have a lock for the back, so when they're going to take lunch or whatever else, they can just close it up.
Without them taking stuff.
Be good. The other side.
And you got the big this big toolbox up here on the shelf.
So that's one we haven't seen really. Are the toolboxes.
Yeah.
Water cooler rack, another gas can rack which we use for our spray, and then our herbicide I should say, and this is where we put our hand pump sprayer. But the toolboxes was huge. I know there's a lot of stuff that goes in there, your basics, tool set, screwdrivers, little things like that. We keep a couple of little extra stuff that we know we're gonna use, seed and pellets, some sprinkler valve covers. Sometimes those get sucked up and destroyed, so we just keep some of those in there. And just your basic stuff, the hedge trimmer and the chainsaw, and oil, whatever little stuff we need. But that's been awesome, having that up there. And then below it, you can see we have 2 hooks. That's where we keep a ladder. So we put a ladder up there, so whenever they can't do much, but there's always, $50 to trim a hedge, it takes 10 minutes. Okay, we've got a little ladder in there. It's not taking up floor space, it's in the back, we can utilize it, but
that's nice.
It's coming handy. And then again, just like the trailers, you have the exact same thing. Pretty much the exact same setup. Truck's branded. They're not clean, I apologize about that, guys, but
they're cleaner than probably a lot of trucks, so.
Well, we don't have, you can't take these things through the car wash.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go self-service and spray it all down.
Oh, the power washings like you have, near you.
Yep.
Ours, they won't let trucks go in.
Oh my gosh, this side of town is awful.
I know, man. You get I think they have on the thing a $50 fee for dirt, like in debris, and we don't, we try to keep our beds pretty clean.
Yeah. But you know what it is? So you, me, we're the ones that are getting the shaft from the guys that are out there. Yeah. So guys, come on, you spoil it for everyone. Well, it just takes one bad apple. Somebody soon we came up in there, cut mud, grass, dirt, just junk, and just blew it all out, all over the walls, all over the ground, and then just left it like that. And now the owners, rightfully so, are like, I don't want to clean this mess up all the time. And now they're just like, we got some rules now, surcharges, or just forbid people from coming. So you ruin it for yourself, and because now those people can't go back either. So just think sometimes, guys.
And it's tough. These guys to wash have been difficult because now the only option I have is taking it to my house, which is 15-20 minutes away. All right, you got to bring it there to wash it. So I try to, we're moving to a new shop.
I get it.
So we're excited.
I get it. Yeah.
Water is a big one, but this is the ramp racks. Highly recommend. I've had no issues with the ramp racks themselves. Durability wise, they've done everything I've asked of them and more. They're easy. We get a lot of compliments from even customers. They look clean and slick versus the beat up truck kind of driving down with the trailer that's falling apart.
Yeah.
And with all those tight access roads, we have a lot of one-way streets in this side of town and the city area.
And less tires to get flat and replace.
Absolutely.
Every time I hook my trailer up, there's always an issue. I'm like, man, this thing's just been sitting here in storage, and I hook it up and drive it one day, and I already get a nail or something.
And people don't realize that with the trailers I remember when we went from a single axle to a double axle. My uncle, who has a boat trailer with double axle, and then the guy at the maintenance part, they both said, you're always going to get problems with your back wheel because the front wheel kicks it up, and then it stabs the second one. And damn it, they're not true, because it's every single time it's always the back wheel it's a problem. I'm not saying that's science or anything, but it's just you're more
And also with the dual axle, you're doing all your turning, so the inside wheels are always doing they're kind of like skipping along, right? They're not really turning as well, so you're wearing down the tread, so you got to rotate your tires. That's helpful. Well, I don't know if you do that, but I was like, man, I need to rotate my trailer tires because I'll get more life out of them, because if you don't, then the same ones are going to wear down from all the turns, and then you're done.
And I think the biggest sales pitch for a ramp rack, at least for me right now, is I can throw a 20-year-old kid in here with the driver's license and feel a lot more comfortable with him going around in the neighborhoods
than pulling one of those trailers,
16-foot trailers. There are plenty. All my guys can pull the trailers, and I've got great guys and all that, but trust me,
make it as easy and as safe as possible,
especially in this labor market we're in right now.
Yep.
This is not that big of a difference than driving just a regular truck.
Right.
So now the racks does hurt with the.
Yeah, it's a little wider.
But who knows? Maybe we'll put a camera on the back of here one day or something.
Nice. Well, yeah. I mean, they do sell plenty of different aftermarket cameras you can easily attach. So for sure, I had someone ask me that online, either Instagram or YouTube, asked me about if you can put a camera on. I was like, absolutely. You just have to buy one of them and hook it up. You're good to go.
We did try it. The problem is we're a little further back, so the connectivity was always an issue. So we haven't tried the wired one, but I would recommend looking into the wired.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna do it, but because that'd be nice. And then you can put an 18-year-old.
There you go. So. Nice.
All right.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Well, again, guys, thanks to Charles for showing us around and showing us the growth of his business and all of the different things he's doing to adjust to it, moving into a shop soon, so this is to be continued there. But again, in the description below, there'll be links to there's several podcast episodes on the LCR Media Podcast that I've kind of chatted with Charles over the years as he's grown, and we've talked about different topics. His whole backstory and everything's on there, so I'll put all those episode links below so you can check those out to get the full backstory. This is just more of like a progression shop tour and where he's at right now, and he's moving into a shop. So if you get to this point, you might want to think about moving to a shop.
All right, thanks, Naylor.